Hello, everyone. I'm Saja Aljuneidi, a research associate and a PhD candidate in Office Institute for Information Technology located in Oldenburg, Germany. Today, on behalf of my co-authors, I am presenting our paper titled Why Define AI? The Effect of Explanation Level on Citizens' Fairness Perception of AI-Based Discretion in Public Administrations. Artificially intelligent decisions are implemented in various domains in our everyday life. For example, we see it in loan approvals, in hiring processes, and in identifying criminal neighborhoods. Similarly, public administrations are witnessing an increase of automations in their decision-making processes. We see a minimum of 13% growth in automation in public administration worldwide within the last decade. Examples vary from automation of routine services like license renewal to automations of more complex services like student loan repayment that was implemented in Sweden. AI researchers anticipate that AI is going to reshape the future of public administration. However, challenges may arise when attempting to fully automate administrative decisions that requires a degree of leeway or requires subjective judgment. These processes are usually referred to as administrative discretion. An example of administrative discretion is the renewal of an expired ID card in Germany. In Germany, if you want to renew your ID card and it is expired, the civil servant has the power or a degree of leeway or administrative discretion to decide if you are going to pay a fine or not, based on your circumstances, a conversation he might hold with you, and other factors. Previous research, including a previous work of ours, suggests that citizens are receptive and willing to use full autonomous systems that exercise administrative discretion and is free of human intervention, provided that these systems offer sufficient explanations to their intelligent decisions. However, the nature of this explanation remains unclear. The related work and the literature, however, is rich when it comes to explainable AI. There are a lot of work in regard to explanation levels, styles, and presentation. In this paper, we focus on explanation levels. And here, I would present a basic explanation level, which is to disclose all or selected factors of the decision made. This can be advanced or enhanced by adding the factors' importance, whether and their positive or negative effect or influence on the decision made. And it can get even more enhanced by adding a counterfactual scenario to this explanation. And by counterfactual scenario, we mean how would the decision change, have the input also changed in different ways. It is important to witness that explanation has a major effect on how end users perceive the decision and on their fairness perception. In a recent literature review done by Lato et al. In 2022, they witnessed that the number of studies investigating fairness is notably lower compared to other explanation goals like usability, understandability, controllability, transparency, trustworthiness. Designing a suitable explanation requires a deep understanding of the context in which this explanation of the decision is made. We witness that there is a serious lack when it comes to explanations or understanding the nature of explanations in the context of public administration. And this gap is even more pronounced when we're talking about AI-based discretion. That's why the focus or the objective of our paper is to understand how does the explanation level of an intelligent system that exercises administrative discretion in public administrations affect, first, citizens' fairness perception of the made decision, and second, their willingness to reuse the system. When it comes to fairness, fairness can be complex to understand. That's why in this paper, we focus on understanding citizens' informational fairness, which refer to was the given explanation sufficient and fair? And we focus on citizens' distributive fairness, which focus on how do citizens perceive the outcome decision itself. To answer this question, we designed a study, and in this study, we focused on the scenario of renewing an expired ID card, the same example that I've mentioned earlier in this presentation. We also focused on the unfavorable decision, which is the case when the citizen receives a fine. We designed an online video vignette survey. The study was between subject design, and we had 3 conditions. These conditions for sure were regarded or focused on explanation level, and we enhanced the explanation level in 3 stages. First, we only told the citizens that they have a fine with no explanation. Then we listed the factors that led to this decision. And third, we had an explanation of the factors as well as their importance. In total, we had around 850 participants. These were crowdsourced using Bilendi. Our participants had, our survey had a balanced age and gender distribution, and our participants, 30% of them were graduates, from 36% of them had vocational training, and the rest had 12 years of schooling or less. In regard to the measures and data collection, we had 5-point Likert scale in 3 stages in the survey. First, before watching the video vignette, we collected some demographic information as well as asked the participants to answer 2 scales. The first is the general attitude toward artificial intelligence scale, and the second one is AI literacy level. After watching the video, participants answered questions in regard to information fairness perception, distributive fairness perception, and adoption level of the intelligence self-service kiosk. And then we had open-end questions at the end of the survey. We conducted qualitative and quantitative analysis for the collected data, and the key findings in regard to our quantitative analysis, we found that a more detailed explanation can indeed improve perception of both information and distributive fairness. However, the level of explanation did not affect citizens' willingness to reuse the system. Similarly, our analysis indicated that AI literacy is an important and positive effect in shaping participants' perception of AI-based discretion. In the plots, we can see that AI literacy has a positive relationship with informational fairness, distributive fairness, as well as adoption level. In regard to our quantitative results, we conducted some thematic analysis, and one of the interesting points was citizens' opinions on human involvement in automated decisions. It was a spectrum, and at the beginning of this spectrum, we find citizens that wish for pure human decisions free of AI. For example, one of the participants said, "This is a good example of a place where AI is not suitable." Another point in the spectrum, we have citizens who are open to having AI automated decisions with human supervision. One of the participants said there should be a feature of still being in contact with a human being. And finally, we have citizens that are more open to using AI or automated decisions free of a human intervention, as long as these systems are human-like or have human-like features like sympathy. One of the participants said, "The AI is of course very factual in contrast to humans who might have turned a blind eye in this case." Finally, we would like to discuss 2 major points. The first one is that our findings do align with previous research investigating the amount of decision explanation in other contexts, for example, in the context of loan approvals, especially when we're talking about the positive correlation between explanation level and its effect on informational fairness. On the other hand, this paper is not placed to replace humans in public administration. However, it is to find a balance between humans and AI-based discretion. It is fact that public administrations are struggling with a significant shortage of civil servants worldwide. In Germany, this shortage of civil servant will reach more than 1 million employees by 2023 with no replacement for those employees. This is a serious problem that needs a strategic solution. So we shouldn't only think of how can we find employees, but yet think how can we use today's technology to solve or to shape a better future. We anticipate that AI can potentially free up humans and employees to focus on more complex discretionary services. As you might have witnessed, the scenario we focused on in this paper can be considered a low discretion scenario in comparison to other discretion scenarios like child welfare or civil servants deciding if an immigrant is going to be or is going to get the nationality or not. These are more complex discretion scenarios that might need human attention still in the future. So the takeaway messages from our paper is that there is a positive correlation between explanation level and citizens' perception of both informational and distributive fairness. Second, explanation level does not affect citizens' willingness to reuse the intelligent systems. And finally, we witness a positive effect of AI literacy on informational fairness, distributive fairness, as well as on citizens' adoption level. That was my presentation for today. Thank you for listening. Please read our paper for more insights and feel free to contact me. Thank you.